he's practicing the flip. That's how he'll have to land. He'll have to land on his back. He's in. And he's kicking and moving. From here, it looked perfect. You've just witnessed history being made. Absolutely. The rest of his team hits the floor. History made as he hugs his wife. The cable.
California skydiver planning to jump from 25,000 feet without a parachute or wingsuit, hoping to land in a net. ABC's Kana Whitworth sat down with him before tomorrow's big jump to find out why. Good morning, Kana.
George, good morning. Everybody thinks this is crazy, even Luke Aikins himself. He told me that when they first asked him to do this, he laughed. But now he is attempting the impossible.
Yeah, Luke.
He's the daredevil family man with over 18,000 jumps to his name.
I was born to fly.
But the stunt 42-year-old Luke Aikins is taking on tomorrow is enough to make even a seasoned thrill seeker cringe.
You will not have a parachute. You will not have a wingsuit. You will just have this. Oh, it kind of is like a race car driver.
Exactly.
Aikins will jump out of an airplane Saturday night live on TV from 25,000 feet, twice as high as a normal skydive, with no parachute.
There is no parachute back here.
Free falling for 126 seconds, relying solely on wind currents and his own strength to land on this 100 by 100 foot net, 1/3 the size of a football field.
So right here, this puts me right in the middle. This is where I'm aiming.
It will be suspended 200 feet above the Southern California desert. The TV event dubbed Heaven Sent.
This is the real net that we're gonna use. I don't want this to stretch.
Because you don't want to bounce out.
Yeah.
Aikins, a third-generation skydiver, made his first tandem jump at age 12 and helped train some of the world's most elite skydivers. Even did some of the stunts for the blockbuster movie Iron Man 3.
How many times have you jumped in the last 6 months?
I have roughly over 200 jumps training for this. We had to have so many jumps in a row to be able to say that we're gonna really do this thing.
6 months of preparation, coming down to one moment of truth.
What makes you the most nervous?
And I got a wife and a son.
Right.
I plan on being here for a long time, being
Yeah.
a pain in his neck.
Inside his helmet, he has a computer that tells him his altitude and his speed. And George, his wife and son, will be at that event.
They're going to be there. Okay, Kana.
Wish them all the best.
Yeah, we sure do.
We're jumping from 25,000 feet. We're gonna free fall for about 2 minutes before we land, and I'm gonna land without a parachute. I'm gonna land and get up and walk away. No wingsuit, no parachute, no nothing.
So how do you know you can do this?
I've been jumping for about 26 years. I have over 18,000 jumps. I've worked on a lot of big projects where I've got to help with some engineering. And so all of that practice and all that training, basically my whole life has been built up for something like this. So that's a big drama. Everyone wants to know what we're going to land in. What I'm here to tell you is that we're going to land in something. I need to land on my back. This device has been tested. We've been dropping stuff from helicopters from 1,000 feet, a dummy that just like me, into this thing, and it catches it and it slows it down. And the G forces are right around 4.5 to 5 Gs. That's all for about 1.5 seconds. You slow down over, and I slow down in roughly 150 feet. I mean, I think it'd be ridiculous to do something like this without being, thinking about it and being nervous about doing something like this. I mean, I'm going to do something that's definitely out there that most people in the world would think is crazy. But what I like about it is that when you see all the science and all the math and all the engineering that goes in behind this thing, from a physics standpoint, I mean, we stop cars, race cars stop all the time. They weigh a lot more and they're going a lot faster, and they stop in a short distance. So I'm applying some of those physics basically to see that this is possible. The absolute biggest variable in all this stuff is wind. You saw when we're in this wind tunnel here and we're flying around, the wind is coming straight up. There's nothing pushing on us from the side. So as soon as you get that outside wind influence, it starts to push you. Now I have to counter it. So I have to put drag on one side to force myself to drive into the wind a little bit. And that wind changes in different layers all the way down. So just a little bit of wind, if it's blowing 10 miles an hour, that's going to want to slide me at roughly 5 miles an hour away from where I'm trying to be. So I have to fight that and drive into the wind. So the wind is definitely my biggest adversary on this jump. It does autocorrect. Sometimes it'll get the wrong word.
I'm on it with you, so but I want to get that too, so we can get this.
Perfect. Got it. So then we'll see you on Friday.
This project represents something for all of us about risk, about taking chances, about living fully, and it forces us to examine our own temperance in life and how impermanence and the temporary nature of life is real. And so for him to face that and not just one day think about it, that he will die, but that's a real part of the conversation. We're planning to train his craft, his body, the structure of the environment, and his mind to mitigate anything that could possibly go wrong. And if it does, he's prepared.
How was it? Great.